Hello everyone and welcome back for a continuation, and we're wrapping up and talking a little bit about the point here for our speedrun stream and event at Strange Loop Games. And kind of just going straight into it. As you can see, I've got the timer up top. That's the timer left until the Meteor impact, so we are just coming above 24 hours. And they are doing a splendid job at wrapping this up. We've got we've got 3 lasers on point. I believe they are just wrapping up on the ashlar to get the computer lab finally made. Since they're running the expensive recipes, they need all professions at level 7. We can take a look at that, and we've got composites here. And we are looking at masonry. We've got advanced masonry at 7. That's working. Everything is checking out. I think it's looking like everyone is kind of ready to go in this regard. We are very close on 24 hours, which has been insane. I think everyone here should be extremely proud of their efforts and involvement in this crazy endeavor, making sure that we're reaching this point. Up. Yeah, no, they've done absolutely splendid. I think we can have the 4th. Where is the 4th laser? I'm only seeing 3 lasers here. Meteor is go. There's mechatronics labs. Where on earth is the computer lab in here? Completely below? Or inside here somewhere? And I'm guessing it's in here. But there's some ashlar stuff and some mixture in tier 4, but I'm not seeing a computer lab. Ah, see there it's still being crafted. Fiberglass being wrapped up. Fiberglass. Circuitry. There's a lot of machinery just chunking away at this. Yeah, there we go. That's the last laser. That has a minute crafting time plus the advanced circuits. And yeah, I think it's where everything's kind of going nuts on it. I think I'm gonna jump in here and see who we have available to just grab in here. So I'm gonna grab just gonna grab some of the guys responsible for kind of orchestrating this and making sure that stuff is done in the order it's being done in. So I'll drag in Narky and Jabroni here. And get the Discord to play nice with me. There we go. Hello, Jabroni. We have here somewhere. Fighting the Discord scroll system. Should be able to unmute now, right? Or is it force muting? I am not in control over some of the settings on Discord here. Second, grab Jabroni and Narky here. It's called that because some permission layering here for the delay. And okay. This time. That should be good. Are you here with us?
Hello? I can hear you, and I'm talking to Narc, trying to get him in here.
Yeah, there we go. So we got Jabroni with us here.
And there's Narc.
Here we go. Hello, hello.
Hello.
Popped in here a little bit earlier. Just checking in with them, but now we have them here on stream with us as well. Coming up, almost made the 24-hour timer. How are you feeling about your performance so far? I mean, it's been, from an outsider, it's been freaking crazy.
I am blown away. The amount, I thought it was going to be way more chaotic than it was. And the amount of people, everyone just working together and collaborating with very little issues, it far exceeded my expectations.
Yeah, I didn't expect us to get this close with the amount of chaos of planning.
Yeah, it's been eventful. I mean, we saw you go from, you know, stone tools to mechanics basically in a day, and then the rest kind of just fell into place as you chugging along. I was quite surprised to see you guys just blitzed through and just swooped up industry and just completed all of it as exponentially as you did.
Just in the last hour here, you can see how everyone just moved over here, and it just became one big operation of just mining, grabbing sand. If you look at the building we're standing on, we call it the clown building because it's just whatever material we had on hand. It has both ashlar, composite, you name it.
Yeah, there's
the past 4-ish hours have really been insane because everyone really focused and everyone was communicating everything and moving everything around exactly how it needed to be, communicating what needed to be done, and everyone was really pushing for that 24-hour mark.
Yeah, and here we got the we've got the lasers queuing up as well.
Button is ready. I've heard that the button is ready for you, Jones.
Yeah,
that is awesome. Do we have the Meteor in sight?
the lasers are moving, so yes, they should be able to see it soon. Or they're not in sync yet.
They lock on and track and aim to.
Yeah, I think it's just because they got powered on.
Yeah, we got the gummy bear here just taking a chill on top of the pipes, waiting for the big show. So, I mean, I've seen some crazy amounts of usage here for steam engines, and there's some overlap into combustion engines as well. Just in terms of like resource priority, going over from like how did you balance tool upgrades versus like the investment of tool upgrades versus progression of iron being consumed?
I have gotten my first iron tools in the last 20 minutes.
So I think we definitely made the tools. We pumped up the tools. The tools are definitely important, and it wasn't really the resources that was holding us down. It's always craft time and building time. So you just got to find that sweet spot of how many buildings do you want to put up, but without building too many, because at certain points you need 12 machines to craft, and that would speed you up. But then eventually that's gonna come down, and that's gonna sit, and then those 12 machines are useless. If you take a look at our cement kilns, we had those firing at key moments, but they did have a lot of downtime.
Yeah, it does present itself with some issues where even if you have the machinery, you still need to feed them to keep them constantly moving.
Yep.
Yeah, we had the discussion of like we could have made skits, which we would normally do in a smaller group, but we had so many people just to grab a pick and go into the mines that we just skipped that to just save on resources and crafts.
Yeah. And if we're looking at pollution, we're on 361 ppm in total. So you guys
Surprisingly low.
Yeah, but part of it is due to the fact that it's a really big world. And the bigger the world, so pollution or smog generation is scaled on an atmospheric level. So the bigger the atmosphere, i.e. the bigger the planet.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
The lower the emission rate per machine runs, so you can have more machines on a bigger planet without having the same kind of impact, just to cater to like more people and so on. So, which is one of the big reasons why smaller groups of players have more problems getting an environmental impact from pollution when they decide to play in a larger world. So it's kind of a balance in between, the world size versus pollution count and so on and so forth. But it's been a blast watching this. I think a lot of people in the chat has also had a lot of fun just doing some general QA here.
If you wanna come over to me and Waylon really quick, just so you know where the button is.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, Meteor is coming in.
Speaking of, there it is. We've got 1 day, 23 hours and 47 minutes. It's it's in here.
Right there to your left. Yep.
Well, I guess we can do a 3, 2, 1, and blast off. Hoping everyone is here and attention, and people turned their heads to see the lasers and the noise. But that is quite a feat. And I think...
Yeah, great job, everyone. Everyone that came together. We had literally everyone just joined together, just worked together, and we also had a lot of strangers that aren't active on Discord. They would just join, we'd give them a pickaxe, and everyone just went to work.
Yeah. I love that animation.
Yeah, it is a nice firework display. All the light particles and everything. Yeah, that is freaking crazy. Now that we're out of the woods, we saved the planet, and somehow the planet is still intact. I think everyone across should just have a giant pause because you guys have been absolutely fantastic and funded to just drive around and doing this drone oversight, keeping track on. And I'm kind of curious, how many have actually been in and kept tab on progression and checking out things they might be missing or forgotten to do during the streams? Like, I know someone was pointing out like that, you know, a certain amount of campfires weren't using or weren't running early on, and it seemed like they were using this drone feature to just keep tabs on what people were doing in what areas.
Yeah.
For the most part, the more experienced players were kind of keep an eye on things or keep an eye on their area and communicating whatever they noticed was not being done. And of course, there was always a lot of stuff that didn't get caught. There was definitely a lot of room for improvement.
Yeah, and a lot of improvising. Like the wood base we made out in the jungle. Originally, there was not supposed to be like a part clay base in there, but we just added it to save on blocks and just adding it onto the walls and stuff like that.
Yeah, that was an impressive building very early on, and you could definitely see when wood was starting to lose its kind of shine in the time era, and people started transitioning more and more into mining. Rather than spending out wood cutting. But it is like, if you're looking at the map, you've got you cleared almost a third of the entire rainforest in like a day.
Yeah, and the loggers probably left like pretty early. Remembering like at least 5 hours before I went to sleep, the other loggers pretty much was logged off already.
Yeah. Yeah. No.
And they did a fantastic job. Like, I don't think there's been anything but cleanup. I don't think there's been cut down a new tree in there today. It's just been cleaning up the rest of it, just laying on the ground.
Yeah, it's getting rid of the small logs that's been here and there, and then all the debris. Stumps are still there, but that was actually something I was curious on. Was there a strategy in just leaving the stumps to make sure it didn't regrow?
As I was leading the wood group, I pretty much just said that any stump in the claim should be removed because they're going to be in the way of building. But after that, just leave them. It pretty much was cut down a tree, and then you go on to the next tree and just cut it down. As soon as it's topple over, you go on, and then someone else will pick it up behind you.
Yeah. It's been super.
I think the most impressive part is probably, of all the trees you see in the jungle, I'm pretty sure 95% was chopped down by one person. That would just chop down trees and move on, and then someone else would just clean up.
Well, that's kind of convenient though. Right? Whack on trees until they fall over, and then just not my problem. Just leave it to someone else and just go on to the next
Yeah,
thing.
we pretty fast had 2 level 7 loggers. One would just stand in the base and just keep queuing up more hewn logs, and one would just go and chop trees.
Yeah, you didn't have all that too much. I know when I left on, there was like 2.5 stockpiles worth of hewn logs.
Yeah, we produced around 150 basic ones, and that really slowed us down early on. We couldn't build because we'd never had any hewn to build with.
Yeah, and all those basic upgrades just gobbled up. But that's quite impressive. And that's also modules in particular is something that I'll be looking on in the future, just because they present such a weird stopgap. Since I'm assuming that you're rolling with the whole, without an upgraded module, unless you really, really need to manufacture those items, it's generally a waste of material. So you'd rather just wait to produce it until you get the basics up? Or
last time we did a speedrun, we tried to do something along the line, but this time we had a lot more people, so we had a lot more resources.
Right.
So we wasted a little bit more, but to speed it up, we just run whatever we could. Like, even today, I think we still had places where we didn't even have the best upgrades.
Yeah. No, they present some interesting impacts in normal gameplay, and they're definitely something that I want to take a look at to kind of rework a bit. They'll still kind of work the same in time and consumption reductions, but they'll be presenting different options and alternatives for crafting benches. Yeah. I mean, it was a quick introduction here, and I can't say other than amazing work. And for anyone to try to beat this, it would be one heck of an effort. Especially with the hard mode on with those level 7 requirements.
I think everyone had fun, and thank you so much for putting this event on.
Yeah.
Yeah, and thanks for an awesome game.
Well, thank you for participating and playing and making the community a friendly and entertaining and helpful place to be in as well. Yeah, I think we'll probably end the call there, and I'll just go over some minor stuff exiting, and
sounds good.
Sounds good.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Take care, guys.
Bye, stream.
Take care.
Yeah, that was Jabroni and Narky that helped keep things in order for the speedrun here. They did, as mentioned here, they did a fantastic job in trying to keep some level of sanity in organizing this. It's a lot of people. Large group was on voice. I saw quite a substantial amount of people on the Discord continuously throughout the event. And that has its difficulties, and as he said, you can always throw more resources at a problem until you fix it, as long as you have enough people, and you guys really showed that off today. Just over 24 hours for a Meteor kill on high collaboration, so clearly I need to increase the difficulty somewhat. Yeah, it's been looking pretty freaking slick. Don't think we have any specific questions or anything kind of going up. I think everyone's just quite content with the exit here. I can do a sneaky thing now that the event is over. I can just flip on daylight. The last pass here. I'll do a flyby over the areas. Just to capture if and how things are looking and what they were used. We got some water pumps down here. We got the oil rig. Blended design to kind of squeeze out as much as possible out of it, using those 2 large lumber stockpiles to kind of cycle between empty barrels and used and produced materials. And then obviously we've got this massive pylon of mechanical power to supply for the sawmills that is inside this building here. We've got a whole heap load of them. And the carpentry benches and the government building for the few civic stuff that they added. Not sure if they added any. They added a specific one where they just set ignore authorizations to make sure that anyone can do hunting and harvesting in those areas. And then for some reason we made sure that alligators and bisons were not hunted to extinction. Just for those ecological important pieces of the puzzle here. We had our coal mine. Nothing really fancy going on there. It's a single road down to big coal deposit. Apply that steel. How much was? Yeah, they cleaned out a little bit. I believe there had to be another mine somewhere, right? They must have used a lot more steel than this. Someone in chat can probably let me know on that. They struck a coal mine somewhere else. have, because we had secondary wetlands but nothing in it. I'm presuming they ran into coal somewhere. We had some copper deposits up here. Brony's attempt on copper mine at the top. We had the one on the west side of the wetlands here that initiated and was the early introduction copper to unlocking mechanics quickly. So they went straight in here and they struck that kind of big. We had the top one there, and then had an entrance here somewhere behind where they started finding some copper. Good stuff. And then down further south we had that little group that was kind of doing their own thing and just chilling out, getting some construction going, some hamlets, and went their own route and taking it easy, doing some farming. They even managed to kill some plants due to pollution or something in those lines here. Starting with some stone structures and just your normal kind of outlook, what a general server would look like progression wise in this scale without 70 people mining for you. And we had all outlook over there. The dusty dwarves. That reports of the other coal mine was somewhere under the house. Was that in the jungle or in the mine operation? Just to kind of clarify that. Ah, yeah. So they did find coal in the jungle, which would be a lot more closer than trying to haul it from the wetlands. So here we have a copper entrance, and this was where we found gold as well. Somewhere here in this spider web of tunnels. Yeah, here we go. We've got some copper clearance here. We've got some gold dug out. Looking pretty neat. Finding your way out of this without being able to fly is not the easiest if you don't have a sense of direction, which I really don't at the moment. Here we go. There's an exit here. Go up here, and then just exit out, and then we have another exit just in case you need a sneaky exit to stove away or run away if you have a dragon coming in and blowing holes, just occupying all your copper. Oh yeah, well, where was that? The limestone must have come from somewhere, and I really don't know where that was. And I saw some limestone axes down here in the desert, in the mines. So down in here, and then down through into the depth of Belly of the Beast here. Got some ore being processed. We've got iron here. Valen? Oh yeah, over there. Yeah. Drop a marker there. Name it more coal. This is quite a lot of iron just chunked out to be able to feed this monstrosity and making sure that everything working. And you can see from the scale here that this is not something that you would do on alone or even 2-3 people in the time frame that they have done it in. And it's it's really a huge team effort to pull this off. Crazy level of dedication here. I love it. Absolutely fantastic. Where was that? More coal. There we go. So somewhere under here, by the blackness, go. There, I wonder. Here we go. Hello, Waylin. Yeah, so this is a whole coal deposit just emptied, which is also terrifying. That is a lot of coal and a lot of steel, and terrain clearly wasn't an obstacle for this cart making its way through. Pretty slick. That is. Yeah, I mean it's an interesting idea because you do have a decent amount of coal in the rainforest, but it's also a very hit and miss. So spending the time to chase after that nearby adjacent coal gamble definitely paid off in this instance. But I can see that I can definitely see that it can take a lot more time compared to the time investment just for hauling it under the glass base. Oh yeah, the emptied out sand and the dug out ocean. Yeah, interesting effects from water and sandfall. So this is, I guess, where you've eaten up a large volume of limestone, and obviously some sand as well to, you know, top it off. Poor ocean. No, it's impressive. Quite impressive to haul off, and I think I don't really have that much else to say. We've gone over, I think, all of the spots here. There's some minor hill construction, but nothing really out and about of it. Yeah. Unless there's someone of the group in chat here that has a specific location that I've forgotten, do let me know and I'll take a look at it here. Otherwise, I think that is it for this speedrun event. That is Meteor destruction at 24 hours and 13 minutes, I believe it was. Just do... But yeah, that is impressive. Love it. Hopefully we can see some of the things that have been an issue addressed in 10, and as well as do another speedrun in 10 and see if that changes out and what the time scales are going to be different. Check through about how many people we've had roughly. But yeah, basically a 24-hour Meteor kill. So awesome job once again. And that is going to be me signing off for the weekend. Been a blast. And we'll see what we have stream-wise for next Friday. We'll definitely have something fun there. Yeah, until then, everyone, take care. Have a great weekend, and see you next time.